All right, welcome to another episode of Stardust and Golden. This is episode number 3, I think. We're not shooting in sequence lately, so we got everything kind of miscombobulated. Everything's all over. But this is should be episode 3 or 4. It's about our boat Stardust, and this is the first video that we're doing together. So this is Stacy.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm Tom, and there's Dubious Daisy. Come here, Daisy. Come here. This is Dubious Daisy. She's our sailing partner, too. You'll see a lot of her in the upcoming videos, especially the traveling videos. Anyways, this is, if you have not joined us before, this is a video series about our vessel, Stardust, and our little vessel, the dinghy Golden. And we are doing videos on the restoration, the repairs, journeys,
the whole process.
Yes.
Lots of learning. I'm currently taking a class, so I can actually learn how to sail.
Yeah, she's going to school for sailing now. So.
And Tommy's got a lot of experience, so it's an unexpected adventure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys can be there to join us. We're going to put most everything we do, we're going to try to put up online. This video today is going to be coming because right now we're in Cleveland, Ohio. The boat's on the hard. And this is a preview video of the things that we're going to be doing over the next few months here at the house. We have a lot of projects. We brought half the boat home with us, so we got a lot of stuff. We're going to go through that in just a few minutes. If you just joined us, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory. Unfortunately, Roger, our other partner in this endeavor, is not here tonight with us, but we will get him on video very soon because he's going to go over a lot of stuff with us on this boat. He's also going to be traveling with us, and he's a partner, so he's going to be pretty much everywhere the boat is. So anyways, a little bit of the backstory. We just got this boat. It was kind of the boat of my dreams. It was really, it fell in our lap. And I'm going to plug somebody here, my good buddy Bob from Magna Risers. He builds, he's a manufacturer of stands for Magna Pan speakers. So he's got this company called Magna Risers, and he builds the best speaker stands in the world for Magna Pan speakers. Anyways, he knows that I loved old blue water sailboats, heavy displacement, and he sent us a Craigslist ad of this boat. We thought it was some sort of a joke because the price tag was...
It was missing a zero,
yes,
as far as we could tell.
So we decided that we would go take a look at it anyway. So Bob, my brother-in-law, and I, we drive up to look at this boat in late April of 2021. And it was everything the ad said. It was full of teak, it had teak decks, but it was sitting 25 years in a parking lot, abandoned. So it needed lots of work. So that's mostly why the video series. And Roger retired a few years ago from the mechanical field, and I was unemployed from the mechanical field because my doctors told me to change fields after 43 years. And Stacy was changing. She was into healing.
I still am. Yep. I'm self-employed, and I also manage a choir. So I've got a pretty flexible schedule, and my summers are free from the choir, so it works out really nicely.
And the COVID kind of changed things for you, though, a little bit.
COVID changed everything.
Yeah.
I no longer travel to 3 different offices. I work strictly from home and remotely with clients all over the country and a few internationally. So
we were in kind of a strange position, especially when to purchase a boat. You know, we're in a position not to purchase a boat, but this thing kind of fell in our lap thanks to Bob from Magna Risers. Anyways, we saw this boat, we couldn't resist, and a good friend of mine, I remember he probably the first week I had the boat, he came onto the board the boat. He is we can plug his name is Richard, and he has a boat. He's from the SV Can Do out of Sandusky, Ohio. And a great guy, but he was kind of mad. He told me, he says, you ought to be really ashamed of yourself because you really didn't buy this boat. You stole it. Okay. Anyways, long story short, we're going to, that's pretty much the backstory. We bought the boat a year ago. We did get it in the water within 2 months. We had it sailing within 2.5 months, maybe.
Something like that.
And we started living on it every weekend. and it became a second home for us. And we were just very fortunate that because of our skills between all of us, Roger, and we had a lot of help from a lot of friends too. I got to plug Kathy and Sherry and Melanie. We have a lot of friends who have come up and helped us. And we have a lot of friends on video too that have been really great people. We have a friend called Nicole. Her name's Nicole. She has a boat. It's a twin to ours. She has her own YouTube thing. I binge watch her YouTube channel. It's great. If you get a chance, it's called Muzzle Snarkles on YouTube, and I will leave a link to that. And also there's Sam Holmes Sailing. I'll link to that. And Calico Sales. And they've been really helpful with the information they share on videos just like this. So with that, we're going to go downstairs into the lab. We got a little bit of a lab and a machine shop where we do a lot of the repairs for this boat. So we're going to take in a quick trip down there. Sound good? Ready?
Okay.
All right. And Dubious Daisy will join us. We're going to leave Scuttlebutt behind our bird there.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Scuttlebutt fall.
He is in the F cabin with us
Yes.
all through the summer, but he had to come back home.
Yeah, we brought everybody home for the winter.
Yes.
Everything came home, even all the hardware, our basement, garage, everything's filled with boat parts. So you'll see.
And we'll do a tour of what's in the snow.
Yes. This is some of our projects going on right here. This is our lab. This is where I fix things like, radios. I'm repairing that. I have, this is one of our bilge pumps. That's being rebuilt. And we got project after project. This is our old hot water tank. That's being stripped. You can see it was all rotted, and a bunch of really black garbage came out of these tubes. So we really don't want to use that. We're going to strip it for parts. Some of the parts here, some of the wiring, and the thermo switch, we're going to get rid of that, and some of the plumbing fixtures. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So we're going to replace that with a brand new one. We really don't want to put this old garbage back in the bilge of the boat. We want to clean the bilge up and use better stuff. This is our stove. We're fixing this. It actually was never used. Most of the parts were still in boxes in the oven. Now we think the burners might have been burned a couple times, but the oven was never used. So we're doing that. This is another project. We're taking all of our water tanks, and I just had a hole cut in this plate. This is for the freshwater tanks. We have 2 of them on board the Stardust, and we're putting levels on them, electronic gauges, so we know exactly how much water we have in our tanks for long distance voyaging. There's nothing worse than being 200 miles offshore and find out, oh, there's no more fresh water. And here you can see we got little things. We're straightening out some of the sail clips that were bent up just from the mast being kicked around for 25 years on a rack. We got a new winch. We're rebuilding this one. She's a little stiff. That one is going to get rebuilt for, we're probably going to use this one for the reefing lights on the jib because it's a very big jib. And all 3 of us are kind of small frames, so we don't want to be hauling on a jib on a really windy day with just our hands. So that's going to be a lifesaver. In here, we have a lot of our hardware, electronics, pumps, things we've replaced. These are going to get all finished this year. We had 25 wood blocks that we found on the boat, and 10 or 11 of them were still in the bags brand new. They were never used at all. And here's an example of one of those. This was never outdoors. It never saw the outside weather yet. But they were old. They were sitting there 25 years on the hard. So some of them have a couple of cracks in them. But yeah, this is all stuff we're going to be working on. And these are our spreaders. This is for the mainmast. Now these we put lights on last year, and we were in a really hurry. The mast was going up the next day, so we just kind of put the wire down the mast. We're going to do a series really soon about drilling holes in here and running the wire internally with rubber grommets so the wire does not get ruined inside that spreader. In here we have, this is 316L 5/8 stainless steel because we couldn't afford to buy rigging pins. They were way too expensive. They were $35 a piece. So we're machining them right here in my machine shop and saving absolute fortune. I paid $34. I'm going to get probably 8 of them out of this length. So, you know, I saved a lot of money there. There is ways to sail on a micro budget. You just have to do guerrilla financing and guerrilla acquisitions, all your stuff.
And have a whole shop in your basement.
And have a whole shop in your basement, yeah. And be knowledgeable. You know, being a sailor, you have to be kind of you have to be a weatherman, you have to be a chemist, you have to be a mechanic, you have to be a fiberglass guy, you've got to be, you know, a fisherman, you've got to know how to cook, you've got to know how to do first aid. It's like being a farmer. You're kind of stuck out there with the elements, and you've got to learn to do a little bit of everything. So whatever you can pick up on the road, do it. You know, that's what I tell everybody that's just getting into sailing. If there's anything you can learn it.
And what's this big wooden thing, Tom?
That is a mast from one of my old boats. That is a Sitka spruce mast for a Choi Lee 26 Flyer 3. And these we just got. These are great. This is a whisker pole. We went to price one out for our boat. It was $2,300. So we found a guy who stripped boats. And lo and behold, he had one. We paid $80 for that. And this silver one is a spinnaker pole. We paid $40 for that. There are ways to guerrilla this sailing. It's very difficult because some people really want to sail. It's a life passion for us, but we don't always have the financing to actually do it. So this is where, you know, guerrilla acquisition comes in. So over here we got a hatch. We'll be doing this. It was a leaker. This is for the aft cabin. And unfortunately, I took this, when I unbolted it, the bedding was so bad, it slipped right out of the frame, hit the floor, and broke. So we did find a manufacturer for this down in Florida who's cutting a piece for us. We can buy a whole sheet, but as soon as you get into the tinted, you have to buy a complete sheet, 4x8 feet, which is about $500. So we found somebody in Florida that would cut the size we need in a tint and then polish it around all the edges. In Cleveland, Ohio, nobody will touch this in a tinted for that. They want to sell you the whole block, or they'll do you a clear for about $80. And it's still a little pricey when you get into the half-inch Lexan or half-inch acrylic. Here's the spreaders. We're going to be doing work on these too. I'll be putting lights on these in an upcoming episode. This is very interesting. I wish we would have done an episode on this, but this, we are putting a staysail on it. The mast was rigged for a staysail, but the boat really wasn't. Nobody put it on there. The hardware, the rigging, the old furling system was there. Everything was there, but there was never a connection point. So this is our anchor roller that goes on the bowsprit. And I just designed and had somebody cut and weld this. I'm going to give him a plug. If you're ever in Cleveland and you need any kind of professional welding done, this guy is one of the best. And he used to be with Lincoln Electric, so he's really top-notch. And if I can remember his name, Carl Hose, H-O-E-S. He's out of North Ridgeville, Ohio. He's one of the best. This is high-quality work. There's no doubt about it. And he did that for me in one day. I think I had a layup time of one day. So I think that is the extent of what we're doing this winter, except we will be building I'm going to put together, I did this once before many years ago on a smaller boat. This is by far my biggest boat, but I'm building a wind vane self-steering. I'm going to go over the design and the manufacture of that, because most of it will be built right here in this machine shop. So we're going to put together a whole entire wind vane self-steering down here. And we're also going to be designing some of our new electronics, because we're going to be putting solar panels on the boat, a wind generator, and a inverter. So all these things require a lot of different electronic connections and charging systems. So it's kind of elaborate, but we will be I'm going to be doing videos on that too. So I think for today, that will be all. Yeah, we do have a life raft too. I blew that up in the backyard. I tried it out because it had been sitting since '96. Hasn't been investigated since 1996. It was an Avon coastal life raft. I think a 6-man. We're going to be going over that too. I'm going to take that in and have it packed. But I'm going to video going down to the place that packs down, because it's something that you really, if you do have a life raft, it has to be inspected every few years. I forget what the time frame is. It might be 5 years. Don't quote me on that. But you do not want to have your boat going down in the middle of a really bad seaway and find out that your life raft isn't going to open up, or it fails, or it leaks, and you only are out there for 10 hours and all of a sudden it becomes floundered. So having your inspections of your life raft is very important, and I'll make sure that we go over that in detail when I take mine in to have it repacked. It's not something, it's like a parachute. It's not something that you want to wrap on your own. It's too valuable, and it's something that you're putting your life on the line for. I mean, if you're really good at wrapping parachutes, you're good at it. If you're good at wrapping, and you've done it before, you've wrapped up life rafts and put them in their containers, that's good. But I would recommend having a lot of experience before you try that on your own. That's just something you want to have a professional that does it on a daily basis do for you. Okay, and I think we'll close it out. And Stacy, do you want to say goodnight? And
I'll just say goodnight from here.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed this and learned something, and we look forward to sharing our journey with you.
Yes, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, and there's going to be a lot of different things. And if you have any comments, questions, please, leave that comment right on the page. If there's something you want to see in the future, something you think we should elaborate on, something maybe we misspoke and we need to repair that, let us know. Thank you very much. And please subscribe.